Hello everybody and welcome to another video, and today we're going to be looking at something that could be rather interesting. Yesterday I did a video on a band called Aldius, and a comment underneath came from a band called Valcata, and they asked if I wouldn't mind looking at a single they've just released. Now, I had to look up who this band were, and it turns out that there's actually a lot more to it than I initially thought there would be. I mean, you know, I get messages all the time saying check out this band, check out that band, and as I normally do, you know, I find a little bit of information about the band, and when I had to look up as to who Valcata was, I came across something quite interesting. So I've got a brief explanation here. Information on the band is somewhat limited, but what I found, we've got Valcata is a diverse love letter to metal's most melodic and bombastic power. A new independent symphonic metal opera featuring a staggering ensemble of 8 lead singers, 4 female and 4 male, each portraying a unique character through the lyrics. The album was produced online in its entirety and features musicians from around the globe, including both emerging and established artists. The album itself is a work of composer Ohakade, I hope I pronounced that right, or it might be Ohakade, I'm not sure, who is based in Brooklyn, New York. Taking a fresh approach to the genre in 2019, Valcata is an elaborate work that exhibits its superabundance of influences while sustaining a sharp and ferocious energy. So, the album is, as is described there, is an opera, so I'm guessing this is, you know, each singer represents a different character in the story, so I'm guessing it's like a concept album, where the entire album itself tells a story. So this got me quite intrigued. I'm quite curious to see where this goes. Now, the actual description of this reminds me very much of the way Christopher Lee's Charlemagne albums were described. You know, that was an ensemble of several different power metal bands and several different singers, again, playing different characters. So I imagine it's going to be something along similar lines. So this does actually intrigue me. Now, the actual track is called 3-2-1. That's all I've got to go on. And I do have lyrics here, and after a quick cursory look, it looks like each verse is sung by a different character, and from what I understand, this song itself features 4 of the 8 different vocalists that make up this group. So I'm very curious to see what this is going to be like. The fact that they described it as an opera is a very, very interesting concept to me. So yeah, I'm not sure what else I can actually say on it at this moment, but I think we'll jump into it and have a look, see what happens. So we've got 3-2-1 by Valcata. Let's have a look.
A disturbance in the atmosphere, unidentified phenomenon is moving near. The icons pepper the UI rousing me. The voice of the maximum goes up. I am number
tensions that you made so necessary. Can we not negotiate with them? Their origin is alien. Our analysis suggesting salience. The possibilities there for peace start confirming the nature of this species is 3 to 1.
Okay, that's quite interesting. Musically, it sounded really, really good. It was actually pretty heavy, pretty decent music. I will say, I don't think some of the actual singing voices came across particularly well. Now, there is actually a story that I've managed to find for this. It says here that planet Valcata has suffered a mass extinction from a heat wave that has escalated over the last century. Special teams have been deployed into the galaxies in search of salvation. Earth is one of these many possible destinations. So, this song itself, it seems to be told by people of Earth who have witnessed people coming from this planet Valcata seeking help. And it would seem that these people on Earth are not too keen on the idea of being visited by these Valcatians, or whatever you want to call them. So, the song opens with a character called Dr. Hypatia. Says, I'm detecting a disturbance in the atmosphere. Unidentified phenomenon is moving near. The icons pepper the UI, rousing me. The voice of the maximum calls out to me. And then in comes the character of Maximum. Says, I am number 321, extension of the maximum. Detections have been made of major movements. Here's the region where the atmosphere has spun. Their origin is alien. So I'm guessing Maximum is possibly like a... Maximum is probably like a early warning system sort of thing. You know, maybe someone who's watching the skies looking for foreign encroachment, as it were. Then it goes to a character called President Fox, which says, how wonderful this scum, alien scum, cold proof of life. So it's like, okay, so there is an answer. We're not alone out here. There are indeed alien life forms within this planet, but within this galaxy. But, however, they refer to them as scum, alien scum. So they don't like the fact that this foreign species has come to their planet. Look, you know, they don't even know the purpose for their visit, and you know they're sort of calling them scum already before they've even got anywhere near to knowing who they are or what they need. Then they go on to a character called Dr. Hesabi, says Central Core 321, extension of the maximum. Are the detections that you've made so necessary? Can we not negotiate them with them? Their origin is alien. Our analysis suggests salience. The possibility is there for peace. Start confirming the nature of this species, please. 321. So this Dr. Hasabi seemed more like a sort of voice of reason. He's sort of like, yes, these are foreign people coming to our planet, but we don't necessarily have to treat them as hostile immediately. Can't we actually open a dialogue with these people, talk to them, find out exactly what it is that they need? Whereas before, President Fox was, already calling them scum. This guy's sort of like, hold on, can we just take a step back, have a look at this? They might not be violent, they might not be aggressive, maybe they just need help. So Dr. Hasabi seems to be the voice of reason. And Maximum comes back and says, the code is sealed, they are immobilized. One lie to help me haunt the system for all time. I'm not sure about that bit. And then in comes President Fox again, says, thank you 321, extension of the maximum. The capacity is there to strip our planet bare and we'll be overrun. And maybe they've already won, but as long as we can bear our arms, we'll keep on and maintain control, regain our hold. We'll finish what they've just begun in 3, 2, 1. Then it goes scum, scum, alien, scum. So President Fox has pretty much overruled Dr. Hasabi, saying, whether they're peaceful or not, I don't know. They've got the potential to mine our planet until, we have no natural resources left. So I don't want to open a dialogue with them. I've seen them as hostile. That's the end of it. As long as there's that line, as long as we can bear our arms, we'll keep on and maintain control and regain our hold. So President Fox has essentially already waged war against this alien race without having known what their purpose is for coming to Earth. And I would say this actually holds a lot of current world sort of parallels. People who see people from other countries as horrible invaders, people who are only... there's a certain political body that I could mention, but I'm not actually going to name any names, but they sort of demonise an entire race of people based on the actions of a mere few. Like claiming an entire country of people is just violent people who want to rape, who want to cart drugs and, stuff like that. And this is the sort of thing that's happening on Earth right now in our current climate, and this is almost making similar parallels to like the President Fox here is essentially fear-mongering, as is a big thing on our planet at the moment, claiming that an entire nation, an entire country is just here to destroy us, whereas it's only like a handful of people from that culture that are actually doing it. So we can't condemn an entire culture for the acts of a few. And this is sort of drawing a similar parallel. It's like this alien species has come here looking for help. They're in dire need of aid, but we're turning around and saying, we've been told that you're not friendly, so we're going to condemn you, we're going to fight you, we're going to attack you, we're not even going to listen to what it is that you actually need. We've seen you as a threat before we've even gotten to know who you are. So, we've been told that you're bad, so we're going to believe that you're bad, essentially. So, it does actually have an interesting meaning behind it. It's a very interestingly done piece of music. As I said, this is one track off a entire album, essentially a concept album or an opera, as they have called it. Now, as I said, the music is really, really good. It's got proper sort of heavy guitars in there, it's got heavy drums in there, there's a little bit of electronica in there as well, plus you've got like the strings as well. So, it's a very, very interesting piece of music. I'm actually interested to hear the whole album. And I'd like to hear the entire story, because that small description I had there, it sounds like it could be quite interesting, and it could just be a can't think of the word I'm looking for, but it seems to be describing real world sort of events in a more fantastical kind of way, like using aliens from other planets rather than persons from other countries. It's rather interesting. Like I said, I didn't necessarily think some of the voices worked. Or it's not that they didn't work; they just didn't sound as good as I would have expected them to. But it's still, I think it's a very interesting premise. Having 8 different singers for different characters throughout the story. It's a very fascinating thing to look at. So yeah, I'm very much intrigued by this. I'd very much like to hear the rest of the album. To get the story as a whole, find out what the whole story is. But yes, something a little bit different for this channel, and I look forward to hearing anything else by them. And it's interesting to me. I don't know about anybody else, but this does interest me. But yeah. I'm not sure what else to say on that, so I think I'll leave that as it is. If anybody would like to suggest a track for me to react to, then please do so by all means. You can drop a comment in the comment section below, or message me through my Facebook or my Instagram, where you could also message me through my Patreon, where you could also help to support the channel so I can create future content, maybe improve the quality of that future content. Do know, though, if you do make a suggestion, it might take me a while to get around to it, as I get suggested so many new tracks every single day that my list grows faster than I can record the videos. For every one video I make, I get suggested like another 12 songs. So, my list grows too fast for me to record all of them in quick succession. And yeah, but I do write down every suggestion I get, so it will get done eventually. It just might take me a while to get there. Also, Metalhead Reacts is a proud supporter of the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, a British-based charity whose main goal is to put an end to hate crimes, mostly those involving people of the alternative culture. And it's something I believe in very, very strongly, something I'm very, very passionate about. And, it's something that I've had to deal with for a long, long time, and it's something that many of my friends have had to deal with for a long, long time. It's the fact that we're getting violently attacked, we're getting brutally beaten up, just because we like alternative music, and it's something that doesn't make sense to me. Why would you violently attack someone just because they like different music to you? I mean, what effect, really, does someone's taste in music have on your life? It doesn't really have any effect at all. So what possible excuse, what possible justification could you offer for the fact that you're violently attacking someone? There isn't one. There isn't any way you can justify it. If you don't like the music someone's listening to, don't listen to it. They're not forcing you to listen to it, so, just leave them be. Don't listen to the music. Everything's fine. Them listening to music isn't going to affect your life in any way, so why do it, And, I mean, you don't beat someone up because they don't like the same shows as you, do you? You don't beat someone up because they like different films to you, so why is music the trigger point, What is it about that music that bothers you so much that you feel the need to violently attack someone? It absolutely baffles me, but the thing is, it's happening all the time, and for the most part, nobody says or does anything about it. But people are getting seriously hurt. People are getting hospitalised because they like alternative music. People are getting attacked for having a different opinion. People are getting attacked for being an individual. It's unacceptable. We can't all like the same stuff. If everybody liked the same music, if everybody liked the same TV shows, if everybody liked the same food, the world would be an insanely boring place. There'd be no diversity anywhere. There'd be nothing of interest ever happening. All music would sound exactly the same. It would be boring. But some people can't grasp the concept that people have every right to be whoever they want to be. Everybody has the right to be an individual, and nobody has the right to tell them otherwise. But violently attacking someone just because they are different is unacceptable. And when it comes to the point where a young girl gets so violently beaten for her individual taste, that she ends up dying from her injuries. Things have gone beyond sickening. You know, a young woman and a boyfriend minding their own business on their way home get jumped by a group of 5 to 6 people and so violently beaten that they kill her. She was murdered purely because she didn't share the same taste in music as her attackers. Plain and simple. That's it. You know, it's unacceptable, and we cannot allow this to keep happening. I mean, the Sophie Lancaster event, where Sophie Lancaster and Rob Maltby were attacked, it's not the first time it's happened, and it's not the last time it's happened. But the thing is, it never gets spoken about, not nearly enough. It needs more attention bringing to it. You know, other people have lost their life because of their taste in music. There was a guy in America, I can't remember exactly where it was, a punk in America, who was purposefully run down by someone with their car. And the guy that hit him with the car was one of these jock football types, you know, varsity football scholarship people. And he killed this guy with his car. And the thing is, he got away with it, essentially. He didn't get any jail time because the judge didn't want to ruin his future prospect and his career by putting him in prison. Essentially just saying, you know, it was only a punk, who cares? You know, this guy has a future ahead of him, I can't put him in jail and ruin his reputation. What the hell? That is unacceptable. You know, it's just basically put out there thinking that people that listen to alternative music are lesser life forms. And that is just not true. You know, we have as much right to be individuals as anybody else. We have as much right to listen to whatever we want to listen to. And, you know, there is no excuse and no valid good reason why we should be thought of as lesser people. There is no valid reason or justification why we shouldn't, you know, stand up against this sort of thing. You know, people are attacking us because we are individuals. People are attacking us because we choose not to follow the masses, because we don't follow what is considered normal behaviour. You know, and it's unacceptable that not enough is getting done about it. Not enough attention is being brought to it. People are getting hurt. People are getting hospitalised. People are getting killed just because they have a difference of opinion on music. It's unacceptable, and we cannot allow this to continue. And this is the sort of thing Sophie Lancaster Foundation is all about. They want to stop this sort of thing from ever happening again. You know, they don't want to see another family go through what they went through when they had to watch their child die because of the acts and behaviour of a group of intolerant idiots. You know, people who just can't accept the fact that people are individual. If you'd like to find out more about Sophie Lancaster Foundation, there is a link to their website in the description below. You can go over there, find out what they're working on at the moment, find out what their goal is, because they can explain it a lot better than I can. And if you can help them out in any small way, I mean, a small donation through their page, or even going to their web store and buying something like one of these Sophie wristbands, the smallest amount can make the biggest difference. And the sooner we bring more attention to this, the sooner we can help to stamp out prejudice, hatred, and intolerance everywhere. But I'm going to leave that as it is for the time being. Thank you all very, very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.
I am number 321. Attention of a maximum. Detection suddenly